Hello everyone, welcome to the live session. Guys, just let me know if I'm audible or not. Yeah. So in the last live session, we have seen the pandas, okay? And we are on our data science essential course, and we are continuing with our live session. We have already seen the NumPy. Now, in the last live session, we have covered pandas, but we have not covered the whole pandas. Little bit, few topics were left. Okay, so that we are going to cover today, and then uh, I'll take one data set, and then we'll using pandas, then we'll see how we perform our analysis, how we do data cleaning and all. Everything step by step will perform. So that we'll do today. Okay. So let's first finish the thing which we have left in the last live session. And so where we have left it, we have left on this topic on the drop NA. Okay. So we'll start it from here. As you can see, if you have to drop the null values, okay, the null values present in your data set, if you want to delete those. So we have already seen one way, which was using the drop. Okay, the drop function, we can directly delete a whole column or multiple columns together. But there is one more function that is called as drop NA. Okay, which is, as usual, name only suggests us that it is going to drop all the none values. Okay, but you have to give a subset, okay, inside the list, and that will be like this. Suppose if I have created a sample data set for you, okay, a data frame for you. As you can see, I have taken A, in which I have taken 1 2 none and 4. Then I have taken B, in which I have taken 5 none 7 and 8. Okay, and I have converted into data frame using the data frame function of the pandas module. Now what we have to do on our data frame, okay, I'm taking my data frame, I'm applying the method drop NA, then I'm writing subset equals to, and then I'm writing the column names, okay, in which the none values are present, and I want to remove them, okay. So this is one A, and let's say B. So on A, as you can see, both in A and B, I have put none values, okay, and as you can see, there are none values, okay. So I'll do what? Let me just first print df before dropping, means before deleting the none values, and then after dropping the null values, then I'm printing df, and we'll see it together. Okay, so as you can see, this is before, where the none values are there. And then we have applied the method drop na like this. Okay, and we have applied the column names A and B, or basically the column names in which the none values are present. So you will see that it has been deleted. Okay, the none values are deleted. Okay, okay, let me just, yeah, okay. Now the next thing which we'll see is how to perform sorting. Okay, how to perform sorting. So for that, I'll do what? I'll just basically take my one of the data frames which I have already created in my previous live session, which was this df in which I have kept the marks. Yeah, this one. So I'll execute one time so that I should not get any error. Okay, now based on the marks, what I'll do, Now this is my data frame. Okay, let me do what? I'll just copy it and I'll paste it over here. So now we have the data frame with us, okay? And I'll remove this print. Now what we have to do, we have to perform sorting, okay? So let's do the sorting. So df dot sort values based on which column? Marks, okay? So now you will see based on marks, it the values and the column which I'm considering, that is names, based on that, based on the marks column, the whole data set has been sorted. Okay, so basically the values we have sorted. So you will see not only marks, but the whole row has been sorted. Okay, as you can see, 85 was the first value, A 85, B 92, and C 78. But because we have considered the marks based on which we are performing our sorting, okay, on our values, and it is in ascending way, okay, we are following the ascending way. Because of that, it will start from the less values to the greater values. So that is there. So as you can see, 78 was, which was at 2 index, means the second index, that is at the first place now. And then 85, which was the second highest value, uh, that is in 0, means at the middle. And then the highest value, which was at the which was initially was at the first place, now it is at the last place. Okay, so the whole row has been sorted, means the values have been sorted, and in rows only we keep our values. So yeah, based on the marks. Okay, based on the marks we are doing the sorting. Now if we want to perform the sorting in descending, okay, now not in ascending, in opposite way, so then what you have to do, there is one parameter, okay, which is called as ascending. Now what you have to do, you have to make it false. So by default it is true. What we need to do, we need to make it false. When you'll do it false, so now you will see, now in descending way the sorting will be done. Okay, so first the greater value, then the second greater value, and then the last one. Okay, now what we'll see, let's do what now. On our data set, we'll try to perform renaming our columns. Okay, so we'll do what, renaming our columns. Now you guys will feel why I'm uh means one by one I'm taking one thing, just like sorting, then renaming columns. Okay, why I'm telling in this way, this is because that means in every class, means every one should know these small codes. Okay, then later on, when in this live session only, when we'll jump to the data set, when we'll work with the data set, then this small code snippet is going to work together to perform data analysis and to manipulate the data thoroughly. Okay, so that is our main objective. Because of that, uh, pandas is there. Okay, and we are seeing this types of code snippet. Okay, so now we'll see the code for renaming the columns, that how we can rename columns of our data set, which we have converted into a data frame, and now we are working with that data frame. So df dot, the function name itself is rename. Okay, and now what we have to do, there is one attribute inside, or parameter you can say, inside the rename function, that is columns. Okay, then the columns, what you have to do, it takes values, okay, in a dictionary like format. Okay, now what we have to do, the column whose name you want to change, so let's say I want to change the column name of marks to score. Okay, marks to score, just like that. You have to just do that only. And then let's apply the in place. Why in place? Now I have already told everyone in the previous live session that what is the use of this in place, and why oneself use in place. Okay, so if you guys know, then it's fine. If don't know, if anyone who is new and watching the live session today only, okay, I have not watched the previous uh, I have not watched the previous live session, then what you can do, you can just uh, ask in the chat. Okay, or I'll just give the answer. Okay, so yeah, because if I'll again repeating the things, no, so what will happen, no, it will be very tough, so we don't want that. Now guys, as you can see, earlier, as you can see, name and marks were there. Now I've used the rename function and I have renamed the marks to score. Okay, and I'm done in place equals to true. And then when I'm printing the columns, you can see name and score is there now. Okay. Now there is no more marks. We have renamed it. So this is how you can rename your column. Now why renaming your column is sometime becomes important. This is because sometime what happens. No, now for this example sample purpose I'm using marks and score. But maybe in your data set one category name or one column name can be combination of two words, okay? And then both words will be separated with a space. Okay, so sometimes these types of things, what it does, it just uh, it can lead to an error whenever you are trying to fetch or trying to extract some details from it. Okay, because whenever a data set is prepared, it's prepared on the basis, most of the data sets which you'll found online are web scraped. Okay, are web scraped using Python or some other sources. I means mostly Python only. So because of that, maybe sometime it happens that extra space, extra white space can be there. So these types of things leads to an error. So because of this, renaming columns is a good habit. Although it's not necessary, but it is a good habit. Everyone should follow it. So df.columns, as you can see now, the column has been renamed. Okay, so this is how you can rename your column. And then now the most important thing, okay, which I feel that is important, that is called as uh, group by and aggregation. Okay, now they both work together. Now what is this group by and aggregation and how Python helps it? See, this is basically um, see, based on some category, if you want to, based on two categories, if you want to find the mean based on two categories from your whole data set, if you want to select only those two categories and then you want to find the average of that. Okay, so then for those things you can uh, use the group by. Or uh, if you want to separate the things, like if you have a data set has 13 columns, okay, and you want to only visualize based on the rest of the two, so what you can do, you can create a separate data frame for only those two categories. Okay, that also can be done using the group by and the aggregation. Okay, so I'll just give you a simple code in which what you can do, in which you basically can, you can just group by. Okay, so what we'll do, tf dot group by. Okay, but our data frame is very uh, less in size. I have to take some other data set. Okay, let me just, guys, just give me a moment. Let me check whether I put that uh, on sample data set is present in this location or not. So let me check. Yeah, a Titanic one is there. Okay, a Titanic data set is present in this location. So what I can do, just before doing this, I'll just do one thing. I'll just mm, so this is there. Okay, uh, this TFTI is the Titanic dataset, which for example purpose I have taken it. Okay, so what I'll do, now I'll show you the group by, how you can group by using this dataset. Okay, because it is a sample dataset and it is a very large dataset, so then the group by can easily be applied. So what we can do, see, as you can see, and we in the previous live session also we have seen this. Okay, again I'll explain it a little bit. There are few columns: passenger ID, survived, P class, name, sex, age, uh, pass, ticket, fare, cabin, and embarked. Okay. So what we'll do now, we want to check the survival rate. Okay. As we know on Titanic, what happened. Okay, everyone knows. So what we'll do, we want to find the survival rate on the basis of gender. Okay. So for that type of thing, what we can do, then we can basically uh, use the group by function, and then the group by functions will come to play. How? First of all, because here, as you can see, if you want to do or perform something like means survival rate by gender, it means what? That you will check this thing, the survive thing, based on the sex, okay? And then you categorize on the basis of that. You'll do that, okay? So for that, what we need to do, first, we need to write the first category, that is the sex, and then the second category, that will be, okay, Priya Kumari is saying hello, hello, and then what you can do, and then you will give the name of the second category, which is survive. So now what we want basically average, okay, to check on the basis of sex how many people survived, okay, male, female. So we'll get an idea if we'll do this. What is there? Okay, okay, wait. This types of things can happen. Oh, I'm applying it on DF. I have to, my bad guys, my bad. I have to apply it on DFTI, okay, which is the Titanic dataset. So yeah, DFTI. As you can see, guys, uh, on the basis of sex, the survived ones in male is, as you can see in the male, the average is close to one. Okay, so actually, when you'll find the mean, so close values close to one will give you higher survival. Okay, higher success rate, higher survival, and the values close to zero, it means low survival rate. Okay. So on the famous Titanic dataset, when we applied the group by function, okay, to check the survival based on uh, or survival rate based on sex category. So what we got that females have or has survived more, okay, in comparison to the male. In comparison to the male, as we can clearly see, the data set is telling us, okay, so data is never incorrect. So that is one thing. So this is how you can group by, okay. Now this is one very small example. You can use multiple also, but that is I'll not tell you now. We'll go and that will check later on, okay. So this is how you can use group by. And after group by, there is the basic merging and joining thing. Okay, so let's just quickly check that also, that how you can merge two data frames and all. So for that, first of all, let me just do what? Let me just create two sample data frames. So I have one DF here, okay, and I'll make it this DF1, 1, 1. So this is DF1 and this is DF. Now I'll just do what? I'll just merge these two data frames. Okay, let's do that. So for that, what you need to do, pd dot merge. So okay, so the function name is merge. In that, what we need to do, df1 df. Okay, okay. So we don't have any ID, so we have to mention one ID. So basis of what we want to merge. So what anything there is, uh, Name is here. Okay, and there is though nothing. Okay, change it to name. So what we need to do, I'll just on the basis of name, let's check if it is work or not. Okay, so it gives an error, and I understand that error that it says that both the data types are different. Now in name, I am storing. So for concat, the structure will be changed. Now what need to do, I'll need to make more changes to it. Okay, so this is names, so that is in this format, and this is in float format. Okay, so what I need to do, I can do it on the basis of marks. Okay, what I'll do, I'll make it this b, I'll make this b, I'll make this b over here. Okay, just for example purpose I'm doing, just to show you guys, I'm just making little bit changes to my initially created data frames, small data frames. Okay, so that it should be easy for us to understand that how we are merging it. uh, Mandana Varalakshmi saying hello, hello to you. Okay, and okay, just maybe system stopped. Just let's give this a minute. Yeah, now I feel it will work. Okay, now I again need to execute everything. Okay, so this is how, as you can see, the data frames have been merged. Okay, on the basis of B. So, okay, don't get confused, guys. What I have done, you have to just give whenever you are using the merge function, no? So what you have to do whenever you are using the merge function, so on the basis of some value, the merge is performed. Okay, if some ID or some indexing thing, if it is common, okay, based on that, suppose you have two data frames and both the data frames have something common in it. Okay, and when you apply the merge, no, so let me just give you a brief detail about this merge function. Okay, so when you apply this merge function, so this function performs an inner join. Okay, I don't know guys if you, okay, raise up my voice. Okay, sir, please raise up your voice. Okay, uh, yeah. Guys, please tell me if only one person is facing this problem, that my voice is low, or everyone is facing the same problem. So please let me know in the chat. Okay, because one person is saying that raise means I'm a little slow, so I don't know, because I think that I feel I'm audible. Okay, so let's please tell me if that's the problem. So where we were on the merge. So basically merge does what? It performs a inner join. Okay, so it keeps only matching rows. Okay, so the rows which will match, it will keep only that only. So that is the thing with the merge. And so that is the thing. Okay, So anyone who knows about SQL, they will be knowing about inner join. Okay, so I don't want to go in that much detail to explain you guys inner join. Okay, uh, that I can explain it sometime when I'll just tell you when we'll use Python with SQL. In that time, I'll show you. But for now, as you can see, that on is needed because it specifies the key columns. Okay, it specifies the key columns. So that is the merge. Okay, then there is one method called as uh, concat. So pd dot. So in this way, you have to put the value. Okay, Subham Jan is thank you, sir. How are you, sir? Good brother, how are you? So now what is the use of this concat? So basically it is used to combine data frames, okay? Data frames or series by stacking them, just like when we have used no v stack, h stack. Just like that, it is also used to stack them, okay? You can do it vertically or you can do it horizontally also, okay? But just like in merge what we are doing, in merge we are basically uh, merge does what? It basically matches the rows based on some ID, based on same column. Okay, concatenate does not does that things. Okay, it just simply joins. Okay, it's just simply joins by indexes. Okay, using indexes. So that is the thing. And if you want to join, means if you want to perform what you say, a vertical concatenation, okay, so then what you have to do, we have to make axis equals to 0, which is for row, and by default if you leave it to 1, so it is for horizontal. Okay, so let's do like this. So okay, yeah, and if you make it 1, so it will be like this. Okay, so that was for vertical concatenation, which is for adding rows. Okay, if you want to add in rows, and if you want to add in columns, so then what you can do, then axis 1. Okay, then horizontal concatenation. Okay, yeah. Now my voice is clear. Yeah. Okay, Subham, just tell me. And now if my voice is clear, please let me know again in the chat. And sorry for the inconvenience caused by the voice. Okay. Okay, it's clear, but the volume is still low. Okay, maybe if the volume is low, then let me speak louder then. Okay. So I'll try to speak louder, okay, because I don't feel that any there is any problem with my system, okay. It's like whatever the settings I usually keep, it's that only, okay. I have not made any changes. So Maybe any network problem, but I don't flee. Okay, now okay. Okay. So okay, no, no, sir, please don't apply. Okay, yeah. So I just try to speak okay, little louder. Uh yeah. So we were on concatenate. So what we are saying on concat that it is not like merge. Merge basically checks on the matching rows. Based on that, merge does the merging. As we have seen the use of the on parameter. Okay. And then there is concat. So concat is basically just like how you perform a normal concatenation on a string is just like that only. But here we are performing it on two data frames or two different series. Okay. Like only that is the different. And then yes, one more difference is there that it's just similar to the stack, just how we did it, the stack, no, horizontal stack, vertical stack. It's just similar to that. What we have to do here, if we want to perform uh, row wise, it means if you want to add vertically, then what you can do, you can make the axis, which is an additional parameter which you can use if you want, and you can make it 0. So it will, so you'll see that it will be done row wise. The addition will be done row wise. That is called as vertical wise. And if you want to do it column wise, so then what you will do, obviously one, and it will be this. So basically you're doing column wise. So it is a horizontal concatenation which adds column. Okay. So this was the two merge and concat functions. Okay. And now we'll see what, we'll see how to work with the dates. Okay. How to work with the dates. Okay, now I need to add a date first, then I can do it. Now, from the next times, no, I'll not take random data frames. I'll properly create one uh, data set in which I can include every type of objects, every type of data, because this is the problem I am facing again and again, and that's why it's very irritating for me. Okay, let me take this only. Before executing this code, I need to df is my data set. So first, let me print my data set, okay, df, okay. Now I'll work on this data set only. Now what I need to do, I need to add date. So either I can directly write date over here, that I can do, okay. First I have to put comma. So I can do this, and let me take, okay, and what I can do, 25, 11, 19. So year, month, and date, okay. Either I can do this in this way, I can store it, or what I can do, if you don't want this, means if you have already a nice data frame, you have created it, so if you don't want to make some changes to that, so what you can do, you can just follow this way. Okay, so this particular code will also is going to add one column. Okay, 2025-11-19. Okay, so and let me just do what, let me just remove this one from here and print df. Okay, so now as you can see date has been added to all of the things. Now what we need to do, now as you can see it is following a structure, but it is actually in um, string format only. It is not changed yet. Then for changing, what you can do, so for that what you can do is working with dates. Okay, working with date and time and dates, which you can directly do using Python pandas. That is, then you have to just simply extract date. Okay, extract date and then simply pd dot, and then there is a method called as to date time. Okay, and in this you have to mention the date column which you want to convert it to date time format. Okay, so that, and it has been successfully executed. Now if you'll print your df, so you'll get it in date time format. Okay, date format. Now actually it is in yeah, date time format, and I'll show you how I can say that. Now I'll extract the year from the date column and using the attribute dt dot year. Okay, and now let me just print df. Let's check. Now you will see when I have converted into a date time, okay, using this program, using this method to underscore date time. So what we have done basically, then we can easily extract year also, month also, or date also. And then you can create a separate column for the year, for the month, and for the date. So that you can do. Now, then there is the last thing which we'll see for today, not for today, okay, for our basics pandas, that is uh, now after performing all of the things on your sample data frame or on your sample data set, now what we'll do, we'll see how we can export it. Okay, now for exporting it there are many ways, there are many functions. Okay, as you can export it in CSV, Excel, or JSON. Okay, we'll see for CSV how you can dump it in CSV. So what you need to do, output.csv, first you have to give the file name. Okay, and on which data frame you are applying. So suppose on df, so which is your df data frame, this is your df data frame. So now this data frame will be exported on the file. A new file will be created called as output.csv, and on that file basically if you want to allow index, so allow index. Okay, if by default indexing you want to allow, so you can make it by default it is true, so you don't need to make it false. If you don't want to allow it, means in the data set itself if there is a unique id to represent each value, so you can make it false. Okay, and when you run this code, so now if you'll go and check over here, so you will see output.csv has been created. Okay, so that is there. And now when you want to export it, so this was for export in CSV. Now, if you want to export in to Excel format, okay. So again, the method name will be changed. Everything will be same. To underscore Excel, okay. And the same thing, okay. Uh, output dot, and this time file name and the extension will be changed because you want to export it in Excel format. So what you'll do, Excel and SX. I hope that this is the uh, correct extension I'm using. I don't know. And it's been time a while. I'm not seeing the extension. Okay, and then let's execute the program. Successfully executed. Just verify it. Okay, let's just verify it. So now you can see output.xlxx has been created. Okay, and now you can use it here for further references. Okay, and now what we can do, you can visualize it also. Okay, now visualization cannot be done with pandas, obviously. So then what you can do, then visualization you have extracted the data, you can extract the data, analyze the data using pandas, and then you can use matplotlib.pyplot to visualize it. That we have already seen in the data distribution, okay, that what are the different types of plot and how, what are the different types of data distribution thing. So now later on, after pandas, that will be our next topic, data visualization. In that we'll cover that also, okay. Just for now, we have performed our analysis and we have seen small code snippets. Now the next task which we have to do is, now we want to perform uh, so now basically we have to do what? So basically now I'll go switch to this file, okay. Now this is the file, a new file. This was the previous one which was continuing from the previous live session, okay. So now all the basics of pandas we have already covered. Now we have seen everything. Now it's time to apply those things on one of our data sets, okay, very known, actually not very known, it is a very latest data set, okay. So yeah, so that data set is basically a data set of it is a data set of, I don't know how many of you are aware, okay, or from which country you guys are watching this live session, okay, but in India there is a state called as Bihar, okay. In that state recently, in just I guess in last 1 or 2 weeks, election was held, state elections, okay. So this data set is for is this data set is of that, of the election of the Bihar elections 2025, okay, which held in India basically, okay. So obviously it is an Indian state, so yeah, on India, in India only. So that is the thing. So now I have always told you guys, okay, I have always told you that whenever we have to perform analysis on any of the data set, so first of all what you have to do, you have to understand about the data set, okay, that how many columns, how many rows, means not using Python, okay. You should go and check the first the data set, that what are the column names, which category name or which column name is for what purpose, okay. These are small little things which you should know, okay. So now I told you about the data set, okay, which is latest data set of Bihar elections 2025. So in that data set, now I'll just give you a little bit brief about that data set, and then we'll start performing all the insightful thing which we can bring out from that, okay. So that we'll see. So let's just talk about each and everything about the data set first of all, because this is the first step which we have to do whenever you are performing data analysis on any of the data. So that data set which I have, I'll show you later on also using Python. I'll just read it in a data frame and then I'll show you. But before that, I just want to show you, uh, let's just talk about it, okay? So there is one column called as the first column of that data set is constituency number, okay? Now what is this constituency number? So what do you mean by constituency number? That you should know, okay, in reference to that data set. So it is a unique identifier, okay, just like an ID, okay. It is a unique identifier for the assembly constituency, for the assembly constituency, and it ranges from 1 to 243, okay. Now what does it mean? Let me just, because I know the data set, I've already gone through the data set. So most of the you don't know how elections are held in India, in our states. So I'll just give you a brief about it so that you are also friendly with the data set. Then after onwards, when we'll perform some of the analysis thing, okay, and when we'll bring out insights from our data set, then you will also know that what we are doing, okay. So that is the thing. Now the first one is the constituency number, which is the unique identifier for the assembly constituency. Okay, so there are total seats. Okay, there are total 243 seats on which the elections were held. Okay, so in Bihar state there are total 243 seats. Okay, and on those 243 seats, candidates were raised from every party. Independent candidates were also there, and they participated uh, in the respective elections. Okay, so that is there. Okay, now let's talk about the next. Okay, so now the next one is okay, now I'll just copy paste it because constituency name. Okay, now what is this? This is the official name. Now obviously, now this is the basic thing, name of the constituency. Okay, so this will be the number, the unique number, and then there will be the name for that. Okay, then the next one is the serial number. Now, what is this serial number? So, this serial number is a candidate's position number on the ballot. Okay, so this is for the candidate. Okay, on which constituency number which candidate was there. Okay, so candidate's position number on the ballot. Now, what is ballot here? So, ballot is basically uh, on EVM machines or in the posters, you go and click or put your thumb or put the signature, whatever the criteria is there. Okay, on the number wise, one number, two number, three number. Okay, so that is called as the ballot. So that is the serial number. And each constituency, how many, suppose if in one constituency there are five candidates, so all those five candidates will have been given some number. Suppose uh, for Suresh there is one number, then for Ramesh there is two, so that type of thing. Okay, then the next one was, now serial number is there, so serial number can uniquely identify it. So then there will be candidate name. Now candidate name can be same, but number in that constituency cannot be same. Okay, so full name of the candidate is there in the data set. Okay, a candidate here refers to the representative who was who was on the election. Okay, who stand for the election for that category. Okay, so candidate name, so full name of the candidate is there. Okay, then party is there. Okay, party means here not normal party which we do. Okay, no, not that. It is the political party. Okay, political party affiliation, who is affiliated. Okay, or independent is also there in same, so it will be mentioned either it is independent or affiliated from a party. Means it happens no that someone is from some party, someone is from some party, like those kind of thing. And then there is no, none of the above is also there. Okay, and none of the above is there for nota. Okay, which stands for nota. Okay, then there is EVM votes. Now this is for the votes cast by via electronic voting machines. Okay, so votes cast via electronic voting voting machines. Okay, and then then the next column is for postal votes. How many votes cast was done by postal ballots. Okay, so that data is there. So post cast via postal ballots, and then there is total votes. So these are all the columns. Okay, remember this all are separate columns which we are talking about. Okay, Sum of the, what is the total votes? So sum of the EVM and the postal votes, okay? So sum of the EVM and postal votes. So that is total votes. And then there is vote percentage also, okay? So this is basically the percentage of total votes, okay, in that constituency. So how many columns are there? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, and 9. Total 9 columns are there, okay? And now one more thing about this data set is that this particular data set, the file, that contains one row per candidate, okay, for the constituency. So making it makes it easy for filtration group wise also, and analyzing using pandas also. And this data set I have get from Kaggle, so you guys also can go and download it from there. It's just totally free, okay? And maybe Kaggle has taken it from the direct uh, election commission of India, okay, direct from there they have taken it. So yeah, okay. And all the vote counts are in integer format, and percentage are in decimal values, okay? So that is the whole information about the data set. Now we'll start, first of all we'll start by importing, okay? So first of all we'll import all the required libraries, okay, all the required libraries which will need it in our uh, throughout our whole program, okay? So the first one is, okay, we'll not need anything because we are not applying any machine learning models, okay, for now. So because of that, and we don't want to visualize also what we have studied till now, we'll just only see that only, okay? We'll just only explore those things only. So what we have seen, we import pandas as PD is there, okay? So pandas we have already covered the basics now, okay, now it is completed. Then numpy we have already done, we are done with the numpy. So only these two libraries we will use. Now I'll create a df. I'll do what, okay, that file is a CSV file, okay, and I've already pasted this file, as you can see, Bihar election results.csv in my directory, okay? So so that I don't need to put the path, okay? So yeah, that is one thing, because it is a small data set, no, so it is not of that much space, so that I don't need to uh means there is no issue in just putting it in my directory itself, okay? So, but yeah, if it is a large data set, is as a large volume, so you cannot keep it in your directory. So then you can refer it from whatever path and link you have. Okay, that also you can do it. So read CSV is the method. Okay, now I don't think that I need to again mention methods, functions, uses, because we have already discussed this thing. Okay, so I'll not do that. But if you guys feel any problem in any one of them, then I, I'll surely explain it if you'll ask it in the chat, okay? Then there is no issue. But unnecessary why explaining one thing again and again, okay? If you guys are feeling problem, just write in the chat, okay? And according to that, I'll explain that thing, okay? So here, what I'm doing, I'm just reading my file and I'm just printing the first just first five rows, okay? So as you can see, how many columns I have told you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 are there, okay? And this is how it looks like constituency number, okay? Starting from 1, it will go till 243. Then constituency name is Valmiki Nagar, the first one, okay? Then serial number, then candidate name, then party, with which party he was on the election, okay? EVM votes, postal votes, how many EVM votes were there, how many postal votes on that constituency for that particular candidate were there, okay? And what was the vote percentage? All this data means now we can see the sample data for the first five rows, that how it looks like, okay? So this is how it looks like. So now we are set to go. So we have imported all the libraries, we have read our CSV file, okay? Now we'll do what? We'll check some basic information, okay? So we'll just do what? We'll just check so for some basic information. So for that, what is the code? Okay, if you guys remember it, df.info, okay, because we want some basic info that um, how many entries are there, okay, how many columns are there, how many null values are there, what is the data type of that columns, that everything we want to check. So what we'll do, df.info, okay, so info will tell us everything about uh, that data set. So as you can see, it is a class code.frame.data frame, and range index is from 0 to 2558. It means there are total 200 559 entries including the heading. So if we'll exclude that, so from 0 it is 200 2858 values, okay. And as you can see, the first column is the constituency number, and now as you can clearly see, the total max value is 2859, and the total non-null values are also full in all the 9 columns. It means now we can clearly, by looking at this, we can say that there is no null value, okay. And now if you want to check the data type of each column, so constituency number is in integer 64, name is in object, serial number is in again integer 64, candidate name and party is in object, EVM votes, postal votes, total votes are in integer 64, and the vote percentage is in, it is in float, okay. So this is the thing which we have derived till now from this, okay. And as you can see, the total count of the data types based on the columns, it has also been given. How many float values? 1, integer values 5, and object values are 3, and total 9 columns are there. And how many memory uses? So memory is being used by this particular data frame is 201.2 and plus kbs, okay. It means that few little bit more kbs, okay. So this was the whole information which we have grabbed from our data set, which we have converted into a data frame and stored it in an object df, okay. Now let's just do what, let's just get a summary statics, okay, statistics. So let's just do what that. So for that there is a method called as describe. So df.describe. So when we'll describe it, so now this statistics only works for what, it only works for uh, the numerical values. Although there are separate parameters, there is include, if you want to do include equals to all, so it will do it for all the, okay, um, all the columns other than numerical ones, okay. So as you can see, this is the mean standard. So for the total votes, as you can see, what is the mean average value, okay, what is the standard deviation, the separation, okay, the minimum value, what is the minimum value, 25%, 75, what is the maximum value. So this is the statistics overall which you are getting, okay. Now I'll do what, I'll just make, there is one parameter called as include all. So when I'll do it, what it will do, it will include everything, okay. So it will include now the name, means the object values also. Earlier it was only including um, what you say, the numerical values. Now it will include the object values also. So based on that, as you can see, for the object values, there is unique, count, how many, what is the total count, unique, top, frequency, mean. So what was earlier for the numerical ones, that is there, but for the object ones, the few things has been added. The how many unique constituency name is there. So 241 unique constituency name is there. Okay, so means there are two or three constituency with same name, actually two constituency with same name, okay. So that is also there, okay. Which constituency name is at the top? So this one. What is the frequency of it? So 26 is the frequency, okay. And yeah, and for the party also, as you can see, independent is there, okay. So this types of data you can derive from it, from describe. Now the next thing is, okay, the next, and I'll say very important thing, but people does not consider it as important, but I consider it as important, okay. As we will do what, we'll convert the column names, okay, we'll convert the column names, and I've just shown you that in this file, okay, that how you will convert the column names and why it is necessary. Because as you can see, there is constituency number, okay, there is constituency name, the serial number, they all have white spaces between them. Maybe we don't want that, or maybe how many white spaces is there. There could be one, there could be two. Okay, so it is better to just convert it only. So what we'll do, first of all, df dot columns. Okay, and here we'll change every each one of the column. So directly we'll do it. Okay, so now, I'm not going to change the column names. I'm just going to apply some of the string methods, just like to remove the white spaces, and instead of white spaces, add an underscore. Instead of dash, add an underscore. Make every column name character in lowercase, and if there are some white spaces before and after the name, the column name, so remove that. So because of for that purpose, I'll apply some of the string methods. Okay, so df dot columns. Okay, on that I'll apply str dot. First of all, I'll apply the strip. Uh, then I'll apply the dot str dot. Okay, I don't need. If I'll write like this, then I feel I have to give dot str dot lower str dot replace. Okay, so these are all the string methods. Okay, they are not a part of uh, pandas. They are not pandas function. They are all string functions. Okay, so if you don't know about this and if you want to learn about this, then you can go and watch out or any of the videos in our channel which is based on Python strings. Okay, and I'm sure you'll find it. Okay, and we have covered this topic. So yeah, that is there. You can go and check out any of one of those videos. Okay, and yeah, and let me just print the columns to check that whether the column names has been changed or not. So as you can see now, every column name is being changed to lower cases. White spaces, I don't know if earlier the white spaces were there or not, but if there were, then from the beginning and from the end it will be removed, and the white spaces in the middle, that I have replaced with underscore. As you can see, constituency number between there is a underscore. Dash, I have replaced dash with underscores. Okay, so that is there. Okay, that's good, that's very nice. Now we have, now the next thing, now from the information we have an idea that there is no missing values, but again let's recheck it. Okay, so for missing values, as we all know, is null dot sum. So there is no missing values, because of that there is 0 0 0 and all of the 9 columns. Okay, okay, that's good. Now we are all set with data cleaning thing, because we don't need to clean any of the data because there is no null values and nothing like that. So now we'll direct perform the analysis. So what we'll do, we'll verify the total votes. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll first extract the EVM total votes. Okay, and the postal one, then we'll calculate it. Okay, and after calculating it, what we'll do, then we'll create one. So basically we are verifying the total votes. There is a column no called as total votes, so we'll verify that if it is correct or not. So for that, what we'll do, we'll first of all create a column called as computed total. In that we'll add the EVM votes, okay, and the postal votes both, and then we'll create one more called as difference. On that difference, we'll subtract the total votes with the computed votes, and then we'll check the value count of the difference column. So we'll clearly see if the answer is 0, so it is same, and if there is some difference, so it means it is, so the total votes are not correct. Okay, so verify vote totals. Okay, so first of all, let's create a column, and now only we have seen how we can create a column. So let's say computed total equals to, then we'll extract the column name. Which one? EVM votes first. EVM underscore votes. Then we'll add it with postal votes. Postal underscore votes. Okay. So that will be stored there. That will be stored at that place. Then we'll do what? DF, and we'll create one more called as difference. In this, what we'll do, we'll extract the total votes column which is initially present. Okay, so total underscore votes. Okay, yeah, subtract this computed one. Okay, from this we'll subtract it, and then what we'll do, let's just print the df and what the df difference, the value count of it. Okay, so df dot value count is the method value counts. So this will give us the total value count if there is a difference. So there is no difference. Okay, 0 is the value. So okay, so that you can see that there is no difference. So there is totally exactly same. Okay, now we'll do what? Now let's just extract the number of, now just extract the number of constituencies and candidates. Okay, so what we'll do, now we want the total constituencies, how many total constituency were there, and the the total candidates. Okay, and uh, the total candidates and the total parties. Okay, total unique parties that we want. So let's do that. So number of constituencies and candidates. So I will do that. Print a string total df dot constituency number, and then there is a parameter which we need to apply it, that is n unique. Okay, then there is, again we'll use print, and this time we'll print to print the total candidates. Now if you remember in the starting of the, means when I'm explaining the data set, then only I told you that this file is particularly contains one row per candidate. Okay, so it is about candidate only. So it, from this what we can say, from this we can say that each row, it means that one candidate. Okay, so if we'll describe the total length of the df, it means there are that many total candidates. Okay, now we'll extract total parties. So for that what we'll do, total parties, and now we need to make some changes to our code. Okay, so then we have to extract the party, and in this we have to apply the n unique, because now the party can be, okay, there could be same parties. Okay, in every candidates, means from each constituency there could be multiple parties which have participated in it. Okay, so yeah, now let's just execute this. Okay, in the total parties we are getting an error. There is no such thing party. Okay, we have make it in lowercase. So yeah, n unique, we want the number only, not the whole name. So because of that, what we'll do, n unique. Okay, n unique means it will give you the number of total unique values. If you only apply unique, it will give you the name of all the unique parties. Okay, means all the name of all the unique values. So that we don't want. So total constituency 243 as obvious, total candidates 2859, total parties 163 parties performed or participated in it, in which independent is also included. Okay, now we'll do what? Now we'll find the winner from each constituency. Okay, so And now, who is winner? Okay, who is winner? So winner will be one of the candidates. Okay, so the candidates with the highest total votes per constituency from means from each constituency. Okay, so that is there. So I'll just do what winners equals to df dot loc. Loc is used for, I've already told you in the previous. Okay, it is used for extracting the indexes. Okay, then df dot, and here we'll use the group by, because because already the total votes are given based on the constituency number for each candidate. We need to just extract it, and if we'll extract it, then we'll get the candidate name perfectly. So that is there. So first of all, we'll extract the constitution number. Okay, then we'll extract the total votes. Okay, so what was the total votes? Okay, and now as you can see, when I've converted the column name, so then I don't need to look out at the column name. Okay, because I already know everything is small character and every column name is separated with underscore. Okay, so because I've made the changes, so I already know, so I don't need to go and look out the name again and again. And then I want uh, what I want the value. Okay, so that's why I have done that index value. Okay, so idx max. And then what I do, I'll just print winners dot head to give you a sample. And not attribute group by. Okay, okay, I made the spelling mistake. It is group by, group. I forgot the p. Okay, so this is uh, a sample. Okay, if you want to print the whole winners, you will get the list of the whole winners. You can convert it into your list format also if you wanted to get the names. So constituency number 1, constituency name is Valmiki Nagar, serial number is 3, candidate is Surendra Prasad, he is the winner. Okay, party is from this party, and EVM votes is this much, postal votes are this much, total votes are this much. Okay, then there is from Ramnagar, Anand Kishore Ram, from this particular party, this EVM votes, this postal votes, and this total vote. Okay, and these are the vote percentage. This is the computed total which we have just calculated it, and this is the difference. There is no difference. Okay, so these are the two things which we have added just now. These two columns we have added just now. No, everyone. Okay, so that is here. Okay, so now we have got all the winners' name. Okay, that we can extract it, or if you don't want to extract it, that's also fine. Okay, now what we'll do, now we'll try to find the runner-up. Okay, so we'll try to find the runner-up and the victory margin. Okay, so let's do that. So runner-up and victory margin. Okay, so if someone beats someone, by how much they beat, okay, by how much votes, that we'll talk about. Okay, so first of all, we need to sort. Okay, so first of all, we need to sort the candidates inside each constituency. So first of all, we need to do that. So we'll do what? Sorted df dot, and we now already know how we can sort it because we know the function sorted values. Okay, sorted values, and based on what you want to sort it. So based on constituency number. Okay, I'm not sure about the spelling, so because of that, I'm copying it. Constituency number is there, and then based on what? Then based on total votes, and in which manner? So in ascending, so we'll make it, and then we'll make it false. Okay, so this is, we'll get all the sorted. Okay, so now we have generated a sorted df from our df. Okay, on the basis of constituency number and the total votes, so we have sorted it. Okay, now we'll do what? Now we'll extract the winner and the runner up. Now we'll extract the winner and the runner up. So for the winner, what we'll do? Sorted df dot group by group by on the basis of constituency number. Okay, we'll extract the first position and then we'll extract the second position. So the first position is always present at the zero index that I've already told you, and the second position is already present at the first index. Okay, so now I'll do what on the basis of constituency number only because I've already sorted it. So because of that, it is possible. Okay, and now we have the winner and the runner up with us. Okay, I have extracted the first one, I have extracted the second one. So first one is obviously the winner with total votes, and the second one is already uh what the second one is already what you say, the runner up. Okay, now guys, why I make ascending true and false? Please don't get confused. This true is for the constituency number, and this total for to this total votes is false. Okay, it means that I want the constituency number, means when I'm sorting my array based on two columns, constituency number and the total votes, so it should be sorted in such a manner that constituency number should be from 1 to 243 and the total votes from should be in descending manner. So because of that, in ascending I have make for first column true, and in for first column it will go from lower value to greater value, but for the second thing I want it in descending, so by default I make it false. Okay, from by default true I make it false so that it will go from the greater value to lower value. Okay, please understand that. Okay, these are simple logics which which by if you'll give some, means if you'll pay attention, then only you will understand. Okay, because I have experienced these things when I was learning, so that's why I'm pointing each and every point. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, okay, now we'll calculate the margin. So for that we need to create one margin df, in which what we need to do will basically uh, we'll create a separate a df for calculating the margin, in which what we'll do, we'll extract from winner, we'll extract, okay, from this winner. Okay, from this winner what we'll do, we'll extract the candidate name, the party and the total votes. Okay, and we'll copy it. Then we'll do the same thing for the runner. Okay, I'll add, means we'll add on the margin df, we'll add a runner up there, a runner up corner in our margin df. Okay, and then we'll extract the runner up candidate name also. Okay, then we'll add one runner up party, then we'll extract the runner up party, then we'll extract the runner up votes, then we'll extract the total votes, and then we'll do that. Then we'll add at the end, we'll add the margin, victory margin, and then we'll do what, in the winner we'll minus the total votes with the runner total votes, and then we'll get the margin df. Okay, so this is the process which we are going to follow for the candidate, not for the candidate, for calculating the what you say, the margin. Okay, so candidate name first, then we'll extract the candidate party. Candidate party is there, then we'll extract the, okay, I have to be inside the list only. Okay, then we have to extract the total votes like this. Okay, so candidate name party comma total underscore votes. Okay, then we'll make a copy of it. Okay, then again margin underscore df, and this time we'll add one runner up also, runner up, then we'll do what, then we'll add runner because we have already extracted the runner. So on that runner, candidate name. Now I always fear from the spelling mistakes. Okay, this is a very hectic thing, or the typing errors. Okay, these are very little things but very much hectic. Okay, runner up party. What was the runner up party? And runner, runner party from margin underscore df will add one more column to it, and that column is vote, runner of votes, and that will extract from runner. Okay, not stunner, no, runner. Okay, runner total votes. From there, we'll extract the runner total votes. Now we have everything. So now we'll calculate the margin df. Okay, so we'll again add one more column, and this is the last column which we are going to add. That is a victory. That will be called as victory margin. Okay, and here what we'll do, we'll just subtract the winner. Okay, we'll just subtract the winner, subtract the winner total votes with the runner up total votes. Okay, and that is when we'll get our output. So runner up total votes. Okay, and then I'll show you margin underscore df dot head, and we'll see a sample of it. Okay, that these were the candidates name. Okay, and the victory margin. Okay, wait. Okay, this has not worked properly, or we are not able to extract the runner up in this. Okay, I guess nth one is in this line, because this line is unable to extract it. Okay, so we have to fix this one. Then other way could be I can use, okay, in this there is no problem. So this is extracted properly. As you can see, you are getting the data. Okay, on the runner up we are not getting the data. So we can do what? We can apply the reset index over here. Okay, that makes drop equals to true. But if I'll make drop equals to true, so this one will be dropped. So runner up will be the first. So that we don't want. So then what I can do, let me make head, and I'll make it head 1. Okay. So head 1, so the top one will be extracted. Then I'm resetting the index. Okay. And from there, I'll extract the first one and make it reset index. Okay. Let's see if it works or not. Yeah, yes, yes. Okay. So now we are getting it. So this is the candidate name who have won, the winner. Okay. And this is the runner up. Okay. And the victory margin in 1675. So this is that is there. Okay. So now this is working. So now what we can do, now we have the data. Okay, if you want to check, you can check for whole of, for whole all candidates. Okay, for 240, 243 constituencies are there. So for 243 we can check it, the victory margin. Okay, if you want it. But if you don't want it, so let's do what, let's see the party wise seat count. Okay, let's check that. So we'll see the total party seats equals to, what we'll do, winners. Okay, and we'll extract the winners. From winners we'll extract the party, and then we'll do what, value counts. Okay, that how many parties won how many seats. Okay, and then again we'll make it reset index. Okay, because this is causing an issue, that's why you have to make reset index, because of the different sizes. Okay, because of the different sizes, this nth 0 and nth 1 works differently. So because of that I have to apply some different approach. So that is the only thing. Okay, then what we need to do, then again on the party seats, now we'll print the columns, and we want that the column name should be party and with seat 1. Okay, so seats, how many seat 1, like this, and then we'll print the party seats. So as you can see, total how many parties are there, 11 parties is there, and how many seats won by which party is there. As you can see, for the first uh, Bharatiya Janata Party there is 89 seats, for Janata Dal United there is 85, and for Rashtriya Janata Dal is 25, then Lok Janshakti Party is 19, Indian Congress is 6, then rest of the whole parties are there, as you can see. Okay, uh, as you can see, now these are not all the parties. Okay, first of all let me be clear, these are only those parties which have won seats, okay, based on the party. Okay, that is the thing. If any party has not won any seats, so then they will be not in this count. So that is also one thing. Now we'll do what, then the next thing, the next insight which we want to bring out from this is, okay, let's say we want to check party wise total votes. Okay, that party wise what was the total votes. So for that, what you can do, again, we'll create one more party votes. Then we'll group by on the basis of, first of all, party and total votes. Then we want the sum. So based on the party, how many parties are there, and then how many votes goes to there. So we will just group by it, and then we'll make the total sum out of it. Okay, and then we need to reset the index. Okay, that we have to do it. Then party votes. Now what we'll do, we'll just represent it in a better way. So what we'll do, party underscore votes dot, and now we'll short it. Why we'll short it? To make it from the, means the which party got the highest vote, to see the popularity, the popular vote. Okay, so for that we'll short it. So short values, then total votes, and then and now I think everyone should know only what we have to do. We have to make it false. Okay, so that then we'll get it in different manner. Then we have to just print party underscore votes. So okay, just wait, give me one moment, guys. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's the thing. So as you can see, this is the party who has guessed the total votes this much, and then the rest of the things are there. Okay, so that is there. Then the next insight which we want to bring is uh, popular vote share, okay, means on the basis of percentage. Okay, now we want to calculate the percentage also. So now it will be very easy for us, because we will just do what, we'll just make it total votes all, okay, and df underscore, we just quickly extract the total votes, okay, dot sum, will make the sum of the total votes which we have extracted. Then we'll do what, then we'll extract the party votes and we'll add a column to it, votes share based on the percentage, okay, and now we have to just calculate it. So what we need to do, party votes, and in that we have to calculate the total votes, okay, and the total votes, what you have to do, from whatever you have extracted here, okay, the sum, from that you will divide it, and because you want the percentage, you multiply with 100, and then we'll print the party votes, and when you print the party votes, we'll get it in this format. Now the total percentage is also there, okay, so you can extract it that also. Okay, now let's just do what, top 10 will print the vote gaining candidates, okay, so top candidates equals to df dot short values total votes, okay, ascending we have to make it false because we want the highest value first in descending order, and then simply the head will make it 10, so we'll get the top 10 values, okay, and now what we need to do, we need to print the top candidates, so just write top candidates, or you can write top candidates inside print, so it will print it for you. And these are the top 10 candidates, okay, one from Pipa Paniti, Musbari Paswan, then there is from Dhamda, there is Lacey Singh, from Alamnagar, there is this, from Kahalgaon, there is Patna Sahib, Ratnesh Kumar, and Purnia Fulwari. Then for all the top 10 candidates are there and from the respective places, okay. So that is the thing. This is how you can do it. Okay, and let's now they see this is a whole large data set and you can extract as many as things you want. It's upon you, okay? In which way you are thinking, it's based on that, and what many insights, what are your objectives, it's based on that, okay? So what are your objectives, based on that you are performing the analysis, okay? So now the last thing which we'll perform is, which is that we'll see the constituencies where the victory margin was less than 1,000 votes, okay, so we'll see that. So we'll see that where was the tough contest, okay, so that, so close contest equals to margin df, okay, because margin df is the df where we have calculated the victory margin, if you guys remember it, just above 2 or 3 cells only, okay. So from this victory margin, what we'll do, we'll just extract the victory margin, okay. So what we are doing, we are just creating a close contest, okay, in which we are calculating the, we are taking the margin df, from that margin df we are extracting the victory margin, okay, because there were many columns, no, winner, runner up, okay, so we are calculating the, we are just extracting the victory margin, and then, and that we have seen this thing, we have seen this thing in our very basics also, and less than 1,000, okay, and let's just print close contests. Let's see if you're getting any data or not. So these many are the candidates which have won the seats, okay, with this many victory margin, okay. So the winner was Abhishek Ranjan, he was from Congress party. Runner up was Umakant Singh, who was from Bharatiya Janata Party, and the these are the total votes of the candidate who have winner, which can 87,538, and the runner-up votes was 86,936, and total margin was just only 602. Then the second candidate was whose victory margin was 178 only. Okay. Then 221. Then there was one, as you can see here, who was one from just 27 votes. So victory margin was just 27. So these are a few things. Okay. So these are the, I mean, constituencies where there was very tough and very close competition between the parties. Okay. And as you can see, between the runner up winner, so you can see how the parties were, means what was the tough competition there. Okay. From 27 votes people are winning, or the party is getting loose, or party is winning. So yeah, that is there. Okay. Now all these things which you have extracted, okay, if you want, suppose we have extracted one separate, what you say, margin df. Okay, margin underscore df, in which we have the winners and the runner up and the victory margin. Now this could be a very important data for the next elections. Okay, so that the party should work on that area. The party who is runner up, he or she will work on that to improve that thing to next time, so that they can win. Or who is the winner, for that also it is important data. Why? Because he will also work more good, so that next time the difference should be more larger. Okay, so for saving the data, what you can do, again, margin underscore df, and we have already seen, if you want to export it to a csv or to excel, what you'll do, to underscore csv, you have to give the file name. So what you'll give, Bihar 2025 winners with margin. Okay, and the extension is .csv, and I don't want the index, so I'll make it false. Run the cell has been successfully run. We'll go here, you will check that winner with margin CSV is there, and you have all the data with you. Okay, so for all the 243 constituencies, you have the candidate name, who is the winner, with which party, and how many the total votes. Then you have the runner up, you have the runner up party, then you have the runner up total votes, and then you have the victory margin. So this could be a very good insightful data for any party. Okay, so that is the thing. This is how it works. This is how analysis is done. This is the purpose of analysis, to bring out some insightful data. And now you have seen how the pandas plays a very important big role in this. Okay, so for this, we'll end our live session here. Okay, so okay, again people are saying, can you please turn the volume up? So now the live session has ended, so I'm sorry for this. Next time I'll just fix this issue and I'll come live. Okay, or in the starting only I'll fix it. Okay, so okay, then that's all for today, guys. um I hope you guys understood something, learned something. Okay, and you guys are continuously learning, and I'll try to be continue with this live thing. Okay, and I'll surely try to finish this data science essentials. Okay, so we are on pandas. Again, I'll see that if we'll need something on pandas, so I'll come up with the next live session on pandas. Otherwise, we'll move, or we'll see one more data set for more practice. Okay, and then we'll move to the data visualization section, where we will use matplotlib.pyplot, and we'll explore the different types of plots with their use cases. Okay, everything. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in the next live session. Whenever it will happen, I'll just inform it 1 hour or 2 hour before, so you guys can just watch it or check it from any place where you are. Okay, so yeah, that's the time. Thank you so much.